हेलो व्यूअर्स, आज हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं सेंट्रल प्रॉब्लम ऑफ आवर इकोनॉमी और इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम। बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है क्लास 11th इकोनॉमिक्स का सीबीएसई बोर्ड का, और आईसीएसई बोर्ड में 9th 10th और 11th में भी ये टॉपिक पूछा जाता है। तो आज हम इसको बिल्कुल आसान तरीके से समझेंगे और बिल्कुल इजी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में इसको हम समझेंगे, क्योंकि बहुत सारे व्यूअर्स मेरे जो हैं वो साउथ साइड, महाराष्ट्र साइड से भी हैं, जिनको हिंदी थोड़ी सी कम समझ में आती है। तो वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि मैम आप ऐसा सिंपल इंग्लिश में वीडियो बनाइए जो नॉर्थ और वेस्ट साइड वाले बच्चे भी इजीली समझ जाएं। बिल्कुल सिंपल सी मैंने लैंग्वेज यूज़ की है, तो सब बच्चों को ईजिली ये चीज़ समझ में आ जाएगी। और आप जिन लोगों ने मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, ताकि आपको मेरे आने वाले हर एक वीडियो का नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहे। इसके लिए आपको बेल आइकन प्रेस करना पड़ेगा, सो प्लीज़ डू इट। चलिए हम स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारा आज का लेक्चर। सो इन दिस स्लाइड वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड द इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम, and we will also understand that why these economic problem arise. So first we understand the economic problem. Economic problem is the problem regarding the allocation of limited resources for the production of alternative goods and services. Or in other words, we can say economic problem arise because of the problem of choice. So as we all know that human wants are unlimited, but the means which can satisfy these wants are limited. And the fact of the life is that the total amount of goods and services that can be produced by using all the productive resources of an economy are insufficient to satisfy all the wants of the people. So, we can say that the basic economic problem arise because of the scarcity or due to the limited resources, and further with this limited resources can be used to produce different commodities and services. So here the problem of choice arise because we have to choose the particular goods and services in which we can employ these limited resources. So we can say that scarcity is the fundamental problem of an every society. So scarcity is a situation when people wants exceed their resources, means their resources are limited but their wants are unlimited, and people always face scarcity of something, usually income or goods. So scarcity means that we do not and cannot have an enough income or resources to satisfy all our desire and wants, because we live in the we live in the world of a scarcity. So economic scarcity refers to the basic fact of life that there exists only a limited amount of human and non-human resources, due to which we are able to produce only a limited amount of economic goods. No, if there is a no scarcity of resources, so there is a no economic problem, because if we are having an sufficient amount of resources, or we are having the resources in abundant quantity, then the problem of choice does not arise and no economic problem will be faced by any economy. But every economy has to take the basic decisions of making the best use of its available resources in producing various goods and services. So every economy has to decide as to how much of the resources should be used for the production of commodity A and how much resources should be used for the production of the commodity B. So we have understood that the economic problem arises due to the scarcity of the goods, and further these scarce goods can be they are having an alternative uses, and further these alternative uses give rise to the problem of choice. So we can say that if there is a no scarcity of goods and there is a no scarcity of resources, no economic problem will arise. Now let us understand why does the economic problem arise, or the reasons of the economic problem. So basically these reasons has been divided into three parts. First, unlimited wants. Second, limited resources. Third, resources having an alternative uses. So let us understand the first for the first reason, that is the unlimited wants. The first fundamental fact is that human wants are unlimited, as human wants are multiply and they are tend to multiply over a time, because when we satisfy our one want, another want will crop up, and goods and services are needed to satisfy these wants. Hence there is an unlimited desire of the people for goods and services. Okay, for example, our hunger may be satisfied after when we take our meal, but we will feel hungry again after the few hours. Now, we have studied in our previous chapters that the consumer goods whose desire will occur again and again, because the satisfaction derived from these goods are for temporary in nature, whereas in the case of consumer goods, once we purchase the goods, our want will be fulfilled for a number of years. But in case of the necessity commodities like food, which we have to take every day, so their need will occur day after another. As we have also studied that the wants are divided into two parts. First is the most urgent wants and another is the less urgent want. So want differ in their urgency. Some wants are more urgent while others are less urgent or less pressing. Therefore, the individual have a scale of preference. So we have to decide which want is most urgent, and we will fulfill our most urgent want at first instance. Or we can make a preference of our wants, or we can make the list of wants in order of their urgency or importance to them, and can away chooses the difference between the wants. Now the second reasons due to which the economic problem arise is a limited resources. While our wants are unlimited, but resources available to satisfy these wants are limited. So the resource of a society consists of land, labor, capital, equipments and entrepreneurship, as these all are the factors of the productions, and with the help of these factors we are able to produce any commodities, and sometimes these factors are also called the inputs. So these factors are called the productive resources, and these productive resources are needed to produce goods and services required to satisfy the human wants, and these productive resources are themselves in limited supply or scarce as compared to the demand of various goods by the people. Now the third reasons due to which this problem arises is the resource having an alternative uses. So the limited resources can be put to the alternative uses. For example, if I am having a piece of land that can be used to produce wheat and vegetables, okay, so now I have to decide what I have to produce with that particular piece of land. If I have chosen to grow the wheat at a particular piece of land, then I am not able to grow the vegetable. So this implies that with the limited resources and with their alternative uses, the economy may decide to produce more amount of some commodities and less amount of other commodities. Now these are the reasons due to which the economic problem arise in our economy. Now let us understand what do you mean by the central problems of an economy. By the term central problem, we mean the problem that are common and fundamental to all the economies. These problems are various manifestations of the basic economic problem. Every economy is facing such problem, whether that economy is a capitalist, socialistic or mixed economy. Now this problem is divided into 6 parts: what to produce, how much to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, proper or fuller utilization of resources, problem of efficiency in utilization of resources, and problem of economic growth. So let us discuss these problems one by one. So our first problem is what to produce. In it, it is a problem of determining the quantities of each commodities and services to be produced. Now, in this problem, we have to decide that how much quantities of a particular commodity can be produced in our economy. So, the fundamental task of an economy is to decide which commodity to produce and in what quantities. Should it produce gun or butter, food or clothing? Now, every economy will decide the answer of these questions according to the resources available in a country and the demand of an or this problem can be solved by deciding which commodities are produced in an economy on the pattern of the demand along with the availability of the resources. So the pattern of the demand related to the type of goods demanded by the people. For example, people in tropical countries demand more cotton clothes, while in countries with cold climate, more woolen clothes are demanded. So every economy will use the resources accordingly, according to the demand of the product in a particular economy or the resources available with that economy. So second problem is how to produce. Now basically we are having in two methods to produce any commodity. First is with the help of labor we can produce the commodities, and second with the help of the techniques or the modern machines we can produce the commodity. Now the question of choosing appropriate techniques arise because there are the various alternative methods or techniques available to the producer of the commodity. So broadly there are two type of techniques. First, labor intensive, and second, capital intensive. So labor intensive technique uses more of labor and less of capital to produce the given quantities of output, whereas capital intensive technique use more of capital and less of labor to produce the same quantity of output. Now the producer will have to decide that which technique it has to be used, and the producer will decide according to the cost of production. Suppose if the cost of production is less when it will produce the goods with the labor intensive techniques, then he will definitely choose the labor intensive techniques and vice versa. So third problem is for whom to produce. Now every economy will producing its output of goods and services for the purpose of distributing these outputs to the people living in their country first, and then whatever amount is left they will export that stock to the other countries. So every economy have to decide first who shall get the goods and services produced in an economy. It is but obvious that goods and services would be acquired by those who can pay for them, that is, who possess the money income. Now the problem therefore be solved by looking at the pattern of the distribution of the income in our economy. As the various factors of production cooperate to produce these goods during the year, so the total national product or the national product will generate a national income which is further distributed among these various productive resources in the form of the various types of the factor income such as wages, interest and rent. So these are the fundamental and the basic problem of every economy: what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. Another problems are problem of fuller utilization of resources. If the worker is unemployed for some time, then he is not able to contribute to output during the period of unemployment. Therefore, one of the problems which economy would like to tackle is how to make a full utilization of resources. So this is a problem which is related to the employment and unemployment of resources. So as we have understood that we are having the sufficient amount of we are having the limited amount of resources to produce the commodity, and when we leave this limited amount of resources unemployed, it means that we are having a capacity to produce some more goods by giving an employment opportunities to an idle labor, but due to the unemployment they are not produced any goods, and this is termed as a good goes waste, and the society loses goods and services which is not have been produced by the idle resources. Second thing is that problem of efficient use of resources. From a common sense point of view, efficient use of resources means avoiding the wastage of resources. In a positive sense, efficient use of resources means using the economy resources in most efficient way to satisfy the people wants and desire. Now, how we can put the resources in most efficient way? We can put the resources in most efficient way, or resources are efficiently utilized if their allocation is such that they are able to produce the maximum output and minimum wastage. Now, let us take an example. If a mason are doing the work of carpenter and carpenter are doing the job of mason, then as both are not experts in their own field, so therefore output produced by both of them will not be maximum, because they are not working with their maximum capacity. They are doing a work in which they are not experts. So if we are switching the jobs of two persons, then it is called that the resources are inefficiently utilized. So another problem is the problem of economic growth. So the problem of economic growth is the problem of increasing the capacity of economy to produce goods and services over the year. As we know, when the more and more goods and services are produced by any economy, more and more national income, and if the national income is high, then we can say the country is growing. So an increasing in productive capacity of an economy, it will lead to an increase in the availability of goods and services so as to provide a higher standard of living. So therefore it has been rightly said that every economy want to increase its production capacity so as to increase the national income and per capita income. Students, I hope you understood the lecture, and for more videos kindly subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Bell icon will give you the notification of all my upcoming videos. So every day I will upload one video on any topic which will be very important for the 9th and 10th class of ICSE board, as well as the 11th and 12th class of CBSE board, ISC board, NCERT, state boards, and for graduation level students. So my videos are fruitful for all the students, so kindly subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you so much.